Hey guys, you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77. When we return, I got the Master AirScrew. These are the stealth props, but these ones are the V2. This is the second generation, right after this. Hey guys, welcome back. I sure appreciate you joining me today on this edition of Big Drone Flyer 77. Donnie here, and today I got a brand new product from Master AirScrew. This is the second generation. This is the V2 stealth propellers for the Mavic Air. So guys, they did it again. They got another set here. The only difference so far is it's saying that you're gonna have 14% more flight time instead of the 12% that they promised on the V1s. So, but with these, this is actually different color props here. So right now they only came out with the blue, magenta, and of course the black again. So they gave me another little set of directions inside the box here. Everything's still the same. You get the nice little cloth holder here for the props. The props still look like the V1s. Pretty sure they're going to perform just like the V1s, but supposed to give you a little more battery life with your Mavic Air. They did give you this time a startup sheet here. So it's a quick start guide for your Mavic Air, telling you what to do when you go to the Go 4 app. So on this one here, they changed the gain settings. So your gain settings, instead of being 80% all the way down, like with the V1 props, this one is a little bit different here. So it's actually going to be, pitch is going to be 85, the roll is going to be 100, and the yaw is going to be 95, and the vertical is going to be 100. So a little bit different. So we're going to have to test that out and see how it does. You also have a scanned QR code on the back for more detailed instructions, so you can scan that and be able to go on there and find out some more quick startup guides. So let's take a look at the magenta here. Magenta is pretty cool looking. It's kind of like a pinkish color, so these are pretty neat looking. Should be able to see those pretty good. So here's the magenta. Still got that Master AirScrew twist in the prop there, so it's got quite a bit of a twist there. So it's still saying 3.5 dBs, so that hasn't changed. Like I said, it's the only thing that changed was supposed to be 14% more battery life. They're saying like around 2.5 minutes more flight time. I believe the V1s were like I think I got an extra minute and a half, something like that. But anyways, that's what the magenta looks like. I apologize for the traffic noise right now. It's getting busy. People are getting off of work, but this is the only time for me to come out here because it's going to start being closer to the 100-degree mark Fahrenheit the rest of the week. So right now we're only in the 80s, and it's the only time I can really do this. The wind's about 5 miles an hour, so you'll have quite a bit of a high wind. Put into factor there, so that's going to be another issue too with this test. So but here's it's more of like a sky blue. The sky blue, I don't know how well that's going to do when over here I usually have a pretty clear sky, no clouds, and this pretty much matches the sky color. So that's going to be interesting if you can tell the orientation with these props right here, you guys. So but anyways, I'm gonna go and get it all set up, get the Mavic Air out, and get these props on there and start doing some tests. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the V1s on there, just check out the dB. My meter hasn't come in yet, so I apologize. I'm just using my phone app, but at least it'll give me a rough idea where the dBs are at, and then I'm gonna see if there's any difference between the V1 and the V2. So alright guys, let's get out there in the field and give these things a test. Stay tuned for that. Alright guys, hey, I'm out here with the Mavic Air. Right now I have the Master AirScrew. I'm going to pick the magenta, but for now I'm going to try out the V1, the first stealth propellers that Master AirScrew sent me. Gonna do a few tests, gonna check the dBs and see what this one's doing, see if it changed at all. Went ahead and did the gain settings that they recommended last time for the V1s, which was 80%. So you have to turn all the gains to 80%. That way you wouldn't have any kind of errors. So I went ahead and got into that. Let me go ahead and I'm going to start a screen recording. We're going to go ahead and jump into the app. I went ahead and calibrated the drone. It's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the settings. I'm going to double check. I want to double check my gain settings to make sure that I still have it set to 80% here. Let me try to get in here. There we go. Advanced settings, gain. So yeah, everything is set at 80% for the V1s. Gonna do a couple tests, gonna go and see, just check the dBs. It shouldn't have changed, but we're gonna go ahead and check it. My meter didn't come in, so I'm gonna use a phone app again. Once we test that out and go for a flight, make sure there's no errors with the first one, and then we're gonna go, I selected the magenta, and we're gonna put the magenta ones on, and then you got a little card here to show you the new gain settings for the V2s. So we're gonna go and adjust those when we put the V2s on. So alright guys, let's go ahead and take this thing up. I got about 5-mile-an-hour winds coming from the south, so that is going to be a little bit of a factor here, but we should be okay. Alright guys, I'm going to do a manual takeoff and we'll see what the V1s, see if they're still the same. Hopefully that wind won't be a factor with that 5-mile-an-hour gust, and it's about 80 degrees out right now, so I got to do it today because the wind's going to pick up tomorrow and it's supposed to be in the 90s here in California. So manual takeoff guys. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways a little bit so the sensors, I left the sensors on. Let's check the dBs. I'm probably about a meter away. Probably about a meter away. Okay, I'm going to do a quick punch out. See what we got real quick. About 53 due to the wind. Average is 53.7. I didn't calibrate this, so give or take. Let me do a quick punch out. This is not in sport mode, this is in regular mode. Okay, let's try that one more time. It actually went down just a little, so. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take this for a flight, and we'll see how that gain does at 80% with the V1s. And it's got to be in sport mode, you guys, so sport mode is what was causing the problem. So let's go to sport mode. I'm having a little bit of problems with my phone right now, so I may have to switch phones. For some reason I got a screen going kind of crazy on here, so. Alright guys, test number 2 with the V1 stealth propellers. Went ahead and got rid of that screen recorder. Obviously something's wrong with it. I'm still fairly new to iPhones, so I think this one's too old. I don't believe it has its own built-in screen recorder like the newer iPhones do. So alright, let me do a manual takeoff again. Yeah, there we go, a lot better. so it's not even it's not doing that anymore. So let me tilt the camera up here. Alright, let me go ahead and put it in sport mode. I'm going to do a test to my own self here. Bring it back this way. I am not seeing any errors. I got a little hummingbird trying to attack the Mavic Air. Alright, so far so good. We tried a few more times here. I'll keep it a little bit low this time. Yeah, hummingbird does not like this Mavic Air. Yeah, so far so good, you guys. I'm not seeing any errors. I know a lot of people did that test already, but I just wanted to confirm this test. I never got a chance to. So far so good, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this back in. Shut off sport mode. And then I'm going to go ahead and land this, and I'm going to put the V2 props on there, which is the magenta color. Just want to see how well you can see that orientation with that color. So alright guys, hey, so I went ahead and shut off the Mavic Air really quick here. You don't ever want to have it on when you're swapping out propellers, just in case it fires up for some reason. So I selected the magenta. These are the V2. These are the new generation. Plus they give you about 14 more, I guess, I don't know, it said 14% more flight time. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that test today. You know, I've seen a few people do that with the V1s, and it wasn't much of a difference. For me, I gained about maybe another minute. So I may do that test on this video. If not, I'll definitely do it on the next one. But for right now, let's go ahead and swap out these propellers here. So alright, let me get these swapped out here. Going with the ones that kind of look like they're pink, so I'm just kind of curious on how well these ones are gonna be for orientation. I guess I probably could have put the other one on there, you know, for the back, pink for the front, and you know, and blue for the back. But let's just do these ones first. I just want to see what it looks like, all solid color. Alright, last one on. Go through and double check. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get it all connected again. Alright, got it connected. I'll go ahead and turn on my little camera here. Let's get this thing to get everything fired up here. Wide's firing up. We're going to go ahead and go into the gain settings. So this is going to be kind of hard to see, and I apologize. Like I said, my screen recorder is not working. So let's go ahead and go to these three dots right here up in the right hand corner. Go to the quadcopter sign there. I'm already on the gain because I was already in this function. So what the card says here is to go and take the pitch to 85%. So let's go pitch. And don't forget, you got to save these every time. So I'm going to go ahead and erase the 0, put a 5 there, done. Okay, that saved it. So for roll, we're going to stay at 100% for roll. So roll stays the same. Now we're going to go to yaw rate. They are saying 95. So let me go ahead and erase this one. Yaw is going to be 95. Done. Okay, so that saved that. And for vertical, we're gonna go ahead and jump that back up to 100%. So they said with this setting here should be no flaws whatsoever. Oh, sorry about that. No flaws whatsoever. Oh, I forgot to press save. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. I didn't press save. I got to go back in here again, you guys. So let me go back in here. Go back to the quadcopter. Okay. Oh, okay. It saved that last one. Okay, so we're gonna go to 100%. Okay, so there's 100% done. That should save it. So hopefully you guys could see this. Hope there ain't much of a glare here, but it should be 85, 80, 95, and 100%. So, and I'll go and I'll put this in the link too in the descriptions, you guys, so you can see what the card says. So at least they give you a startup guide now. All right, so let's get out of that. All right, 56% battery, and it's ready to go. I got 13 satellites. The wind's starting to pick up again, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off manually. So make sure this is recording. I like to get 2 sounds. All right, manual takeoff. All right. Okay, let me go and get my meter on my phone. Restart this here. The wind's starting to pick up, so I'm probably getting wind noise. Let me be quiet for a second so I can stop recording my voice. Okay, so the average is still the same, so that doesn't look like that's changed. You know, it's really hard to tell with the wind coming from the south, so but so far, you know, it seems about the same. There's a hair less, but that could just be between you know, gusts of wind, so it's really hard to tell in this situation. Plus two, I need to get a new I need to get that meter. For some reason they sent it back and it didn't get shipped out, so I have to reorder it again, you guys. So but let's go ahead and check this out and see what this does. Okay, this is regular mode. I'm just checking to see if any errors in regular mode. So far so good, you guys. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead. I kind of don't like the settings on this right now because it's kind of sloppy, almost like it's in altitude hold. You know, it kind of just floats around the corner there. So with that yaw rate setting, but let's go ahead and put in sport mode. Let me take it up a little bit here. All right, I got to be able to see it as well. Yeah, that gain setting's a little weird, so it's not stopping quite as well as the setting was in the V1s. So, but so far so good. I'm not seeing anything. Happening here. Like I said, I'm sorry for not being able to have a screen recording, but I could tell you right now, if there was going to be an error, it would already happen. So let me take it up a little bit here. All right, and we get it going pretty fast here. All right, I'm putting some pretty mean twists and stuff like that on here, and I am not seeing any errors, you guys. So all right, so far so good, you guys. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, that did pretty good. Alright guys, so the only way to really test this out is I went ahead and put the blue propellers on the back, and then I put the magenta in the front, and I'm going to see what the orientation looks like out there and see if it makes a difference. I'm not going to do a flight test for the battery to see if we gain that 14%. You know, the extra 2.5 minutes is what Master AirScrew says that it does. I'll have to do that on another time. One of my batteries were only charged 50%. I happen to not charge it all the way to full, so it's getting pretty warm out here anyways. I hate for this thing to run for 16 minutes or so in this heat. So let's check out the orientation, and after that let you guys know how everything's working. I'll end up doing my conclusion, guys. So let's go ahead and put this down here. Okay, go ahead and start my little film here on this camera. Okay, we got 13 satellites. Not a very big satellite day today, you guys, so let's go ahead and take off. Now you definitely can see the blue and the magenta, so that's pretty cool. The blue though, once you get in the blue sky, that is pretty difficult to see, you guys. So that's, I would say Master AirScrew maybe make some green ones and some yellow. So right now all they have is the black, the magenta, and the blue. So maybe they can make some yellow and green. You know, that's probably the only colors you really need. Maybe a darker blue. That's more of a sky blue, so that's really hard to see when you got no clouds right now. So let's take a look at this thing. I guess you could see the blue, at least in the green right now. You can see the blue. I'm in sport mode though, so you're seeing more of the top. But once you get up here into the sky here, let's get over here to the sky. That blue is really hard to see. Let me get out of the sun over here. But that blue is really hard to see right there, you guys. You know, it definitely blends in with the sky. That's definitely a sky blue. You can see the magenta, but you know, the blue, it's not too bad. You can tell the different color, but it just it blends in quite a bit. But the magenta is more visible at a distance. Yeah, the braking's not too well with this setting they have. I don't really like the setting too well. But you can see the orientation in the grass. It's not too bad. Let's go more of a distance. I'm going to put it in sport mode because there's a hawk up there in case I have to get away. Let's go ahead and go a little bit further out here. I hear the hawk squeaking over there. You know, you can see the blue okay, I guess, you know, but that's only if it's tilted down, you guys. But from the bottom, you have to get the right glare from the sun to hit that, and then you can see the blue shine there. So I would suggest maybe a deeper blue, and definitely green and yellow. So I'm going to bring it back over here. Yeah, not too bad. You can definitely see the propellers when you're pretty pitched there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring this down. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to do a time. I didn't charge the other 2 batteries all the way. I only got one that's 100%. I thought I had it charged last night, but I guess not. Alright, you guys, let me shut this off. Alright, hey Master AirScrew, thank you guys so much for sending this out. You know, the props are working great. I like the colors. The only con on this is that the blue is hard to see with the sky blue up here, especially when it's a clear day. Unless you get a glare from the sun reflecting, then you can see that it's a different color than the sky. The magenta is not bad at all. I like the magenta, so you know that seems like a good color. But I do suggest to probably at least do green and yellow. Maybe if you do a blue, do like a deeper blue, like a midnight, or probably a little lighter than that, but you know, just at least a little darker than this. You know, you could probably get away with doing like a purple if you want. I mean, I wouldn't use purple, but you should be able to see a purple, or maybe like a fluorescent green or something like that as well. But I do have some other cons on this. I'm not liking I don't like the gain setting. When you're in sport mode, or even when you're just in regular standard mode, the braking, you know, it just, this thing's floating around like it's in altitude hold, so you lose a lot of your braking. So having it set in that would be more of like a tripod mode. That's what it reminds me of, you guys. So you know, for me personally, it's probably going to stick with the V1s. That way, it seemed like it was working pretty good. The V1s were working good, being at everything at 80%. But with this one here, what did the card say again? Let me look at the card here. The card says your pitch is 85, your roll's 100, yaw's 95, and then vertical's 100. But I don't know if it's the pitch or what's going on, but it's just like it's not a very good mixture for me, at least. So hopefully you could get a few more of you guys out there that are testing these V2s. I'd like to see what everybody else has to say, see if it changed that for them as well, if it feels like it's kind of floating around, or feels like it's kind of drifting when you're coming into when you're banking and coming into a churn. So that's what I'm seeing. So but anyways, guys, hey, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely hit the notifications, because I'm always doing something new on the channel. Master AirScrew's got some more surprise propellers coming soon, so definitely hit my notification on there. Be getting some different sets to different drones. So Alright guys, Master AirScrew, thanks so much again for sending these out. Like always guys, God bless, cheers, and happy flying.